So is there a role the state can play in sort of building up this infrastructure? I mean, there are hill towns in western Massachusetts that don't have reliable access to broadband internet. I mean, that seems like something that, you know, if you want to build a tech hub where people can telecommute or work from home, you know, having like a strong like tech infrastructure is important. Is that something you guys are working on in Beacon Hill?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a disgrace. There's 44, I believe, communities, maybe even more, that don't have access to broadband internet. The way I've described this is, you know, this is the rural electrification of our generation. You know, FDR, the New Deal, one of the things that they did was they used government investment and they used the public sector to bring electricity to rural communities around the country that didn't have it. In the modern era, not having broadband internet is akin to not having electricity or not having plumbing in the 19th century. So we got to get that fixed. The legislature has dedicated substantial amounts of money. I'm in support of more. I think we need to do more. There were frankly some bureaucratic issues and things got bungled so that the towns didn't get connected the way they need to. But that's absolutely top of our list as a huge issue that needs attention. It's also worth pointing out we have some leverage points that we can use to attract some companies here, and it's actually starting to become trendy in national circles to direct venture capital money to what's called kind of non-traditional markets. So for people who are watching, the way most tech companies work is they have an idea, they develop that idea, and then they pitch that idea to investors, to venture capitalists who give them, money, basically loans, in exchange for a stake in that business to hire staff, to patent their innovations, and to then scale those businesses so that the shares become very valuable. Boston is one of the top markets for this type of venture capital funding. So is New York. We're right in between Boston and New York, and of course San Francisco is a huge market. But there's all these new initiatives. One of the most prominent is one called Rise of the Rest, which is run by a venture capital firm called Revolution, to actually proactively seek out and look for entrepreneurs in non-traditional markets. So looking for that entrepreneur in Springfield or in Ohio or in Michigan or in Vermont or in places that are not traditional hotbeds of venture investment. We ignore that trend and we don't get involved in that trend really at our own peril, because if we don't do it, if our region doesn't do it, other regions are. And think about, imagine if the next Facebook gets invented in the Pioneer Valley of Western Massachusetts or in or in the Ozarks or wherever. And imagine if we're able to keep a company like that local, it would have transformational impact on the entire region. So it would be, I think it would be a major lost opportunity. It would be foolish, frankly, of us to not do everything we could to take advantage of that.